Hello everyone, my name is Bria Clark and we're going to talk through the income mismatch that usually is associated with high cost metro areas. So a lot of vets, they want their practice to be in an area that's popping. You know, you want to be in a cool place like the DMV, for example. But the challenge of being located in those areas is that you may struggle with the cost of living, even if the salary is extremely competitive. So you may be making a lot, but it's just so expensive within that area because it's popular and it's in high demand. So when you have these major metropolitan areas like DC, Northern Virginia, parts of Maryland, you're going to see higher housing costs, higher childcare costs, higher cost to commute. All across the US, this is a trend. So when you're in these environments, number one, you have to have a competitive and you have to have a strong salary. I know a lot of vets like to do it for the love. I do feel you on that. I have to advise you that you have to be strategic with your salary so that you can, if you really want to help people, you have to help yourself stay in business, and you're going to have to compete financially within these environments. So a competitive salary is going to have to be a requirement on your value list. The second thing I'm going to say is that we want to figure out budgeting for these areas. How can we leverage tax benefits? So you may not be able to save it as much on the front end because the cost of living is high, but you can get it back on the back end. And that's where I want us to pay attention to your tax itemization strategy and what your refund is or what you're owing when you file your taxes. And if there's a possibility to pay on those taxes quarterly, an alternative minimum tax, all of these different things we can talk about, but we want to zero in on taxes to try to help curve the cost of living expenses and get some of that money back at the end. Another thing that we want to pay attention to are employer contributions. So is there adoption assistance available? Is there paternal and maternal support for you? Is there FMLA available to you? Do you have insurance? Is there a program like AVMA that's going to pay for you to have liability insurance? Being able to utilize the professional benefits available to you is going to be really important in curbing some of these lifestyle expenses. And the last thing I'm going to say is going to be about financial resilience. So if you're facing these challenges now, they're going to continue as you get older. So we're going to have to focus on a retirement strategy that is going to sustain you well beyond changes and fluctuations in your income. We can continue this conversation one-on-one, offline, outside the video. Reach out to me on my website, callbriaclark.com or finance365class.com in order to schedule a meeting. You all have a great day. Have a great every day.